Okay, students, welcome to our new session on sensor modules for IoT application. In today's session, we will discuss about three more sensors modules. In the last class, we have discussed about Hall effect, ultrasonic sensor modules, and accelerometer. Today, our focus will be primarily on PIR sensor, and then we take a look on photodiode and LDR sensor modules. And in the last, we will discuss about gas sensor. If time permits me, I'll also share some information related to Blink app, which is being used popularly in the student community to create a mini IoT system using mobile phone and Arduino and all these sensor modules, what we are studying right now. So let's start with the PIR sensor. As the name implies, PIR means photoelectric motion sensor or passive infrared sensor. And today we will discuss HC SR501 module, which is very popular, rugged, versatile. I'll share why we call it as a versatile module. And the basic principle behind this module is it works on the principle of heat radiation being emitted by the human body. Okay, so there is a pyroelectric sensor. Pyroelectric means pyro word is used for radiations. So whenever there is a sensor which is able to convert heat radiations or infrared radiations into corresponding electric current. So that sensor is being used in this case. So we'll discuss in more detail. So anybody which is emitting heat radiation is able to detect using this sensor modules. So let's see its constructional features. There are two main parts. If I try to differentiate on a physical basis, the first one is its dome, which is actually a Fresnel lens. Okay, let me start pen for this purpose. Yes, I can highlight. Yeah, so this is a dome. It's also known as Fresnel lens क्योंकि इसमें honeycomb के design के छोटे-छोटे lenses होते हैं. So complete dome is made of different Fresnel lens. The purpose is whichever radiation is coming from different directions, all those radiations should be focused directly on the sensor window. Okay, so there is a sensor window right here. So it's a transparent, and just below this there are two pieces of pyroelectric sensors. So whatever radiation is coming from outside, that is being focused using this Fresnel lens dome, and it is being focused on this particular sensor. Now, there are two sensors, as I told you. इस window के नीचे दो अलग-अलग electrodes हैं, which are pyroelectric electrodes or sensor electrodes, we can call them, and they are rectangular in slots. So whenever there is a radiation coming out from a human body or any black body, I should say the better word. So those radiations are being detected by this pyroelectric sensors. So the idea of using two electrodes is one will generate a positive pulse and the second will generate the negative pulse. So that is why there is a, you can say there is a more accuracy of detection. Yes, there was some body which emits radiation, not accidentally. So to cover up any kind of misdetection, we use two consecutive electrodes to detect positive and negative pulse coming out of that motion. So now let's see how that positive and negative wave comes from. So you can see from this animation, whenever the hand moves from this purple radiation window, so whenever we cross this purple window, it will generate a positive sign. Let's see. Yes, now there is a positive curve, and whenever it crosses this green window, that is the second electrode, it generates a negative pulse. So this consecutive sequence of two pulses confirms that there is some body which emits radiations. Okay, and usually we sense it for human presence. So it means whenever there is no signal, that is zero signal, there is no human body within that detection area. As soon as there is a human presence, due to infrared radiations coming out from the body, there are two signals, one is positive and one is negative. So as soon as we get this signal, we generate, or the sensor signal conditioning circuitry generates an output which is high. So we keep the pin high, output pin of the sensor is put upon the higher level, that is logic 1, whenever we detect these two consecutive waves, one is positive and another is negative. Now let's discuss what we have on the board in terms of circuitry, what we have here. So let's start with the power supply. So first of all, we have a built-in DC regulator. So it means you can connect any voltage ranging from 3 volt to even up to 12 volt, and I have used it even at 15 volt. Okay, so this voltage regulator automatically control whatever voltage we are providing more than 3 volt into 3 volt DC. That is the purpose of DC regulator. So we can use with the 4.5 3-cell battery, we can use with 6 volt, we can use with 9 volt battery, even we can use with 12 volt, the signal which is available in automobiles. So we can use any of the voltage range because its range is very, very wide, and that is only due to the voltage regulator we have in the board. Okay, so that is the advantage of DC voltage regulator. Third pin is ground, and definitely we have to take the output voltage from the central pin. Just a minute, let me correct this. So these are the 3 pins. VCC, I've told you that you can make it anywhere from 3 volt to 15 volt. Then we can connect this pin to the ground. This is the digital output. So we can get only binary output from here, logic 1 or logic 0. Okay, now come to this side. So there are 3 pins on this side, and there is one word being used, jumper. So whenever we see a jumper, it means we must have some kind of options in terms of number of pins. Let's say there are 3 pins, and with the help of a jumper, if I put up a jumper here, then I can connect pin number 1 with 2. If I replace this jumper from here and put up a jumper on pin number 2 and 3, so this will make a connection between these 2 pins. Like if I use the jumper here, so it will make a connection between pin number 2 and 3. So jumper is nothing but there are holes inside it. Okay, and there is a connectivity within this. So it's a plastic encapsulation. So it may be of 2 pin, 3 pin, 4 pin, depending on how many wires you want to connect at one time. But usually we use a 2 pin jumper. So jumper will either on these 2 or on these 2. So if it will be on pin number 1 and 2, the logic level will say it's a lower and 1 is higher. I'll discuss later on what is the purpose of this jumper, repeat trigger and non-repeatable. So this is the signal processor, which controls all the signals coming from the pyroelectric sensor, and it converts that high level logic and low level signal into a comparator output and generates a logic 1. Okay, so that is the purpose of this particular IC. So you can see there is a sensor on the other side, and on the back side, we have signal conditioning circuit. Other than this, we have 2 very interesting things on this particular board, which makes this particular sensor very, very versatile. And these things are, one is there is a connection known as RL. Yes, this one. So this RL connector, there are 2 spaces available where we can connect an LDR. So this RL signifies LDR resistance. So we can directly connect an LDR here in these 2 pins So that makes it works only for the darkness. So अगर हम यहाँ पर एक LDR connect कर देंगे, 2 pins होती हैं LDR की भी. So LDR is somewhat like this. So there are 2 pins. We can directly connect these 2 pins here. Okay, we can solder them out. तो जैसे ही soldering करके इसको operate करेंगे, already this signal processor is programmed to work only when there is darkness outside. यानी अगर बाहर रोशनी होगी तो it will not work. तो auto sensor mode में अगर हमारे पास Arduino नहीं है, हम इसको individually किसी application के लिए use करना चाहते हैं. You must have seen in some of the houses, staircases, buildings के corridor में ज़्यादातर इसको use करते हैं automatically. तो I'll also share that circuit जिसमें बिना Arduino या बिना किसी भी microcontroller के इस board को आप directly use कर सकते हो. And that is the advantage that it can also support LDR on board. You just need to just solder it. Programming इसकी already है. Definitely you can control its sensitivity. That we can do with the series resistance LDR के साथ लगा के. That we can do. कि कितनी रोशनी से वो output आनी शुरू हो. Second option with us is for thermistor. ये जो RT देख रहे हो board के ऊपर, this one. यहाँ पर भी 2 pin holes blank पड़े हैं. We can directly solder a thermistor or we can take 2 wires out of it, and on the outside we can connect a thermistor. So thermistor is again a temperature sensor, and with this temperature sensor जो radiations आ रही हैं उसको जल्दी calibrate करके इसकी जो accuracy है काम करने की, that is very very high. Okay, so in some conditions where you feel that human body radiations are coming from other black bodies also, or those infrared radiations are coming from other black bodies also, you need to install in those conditions an thermistor on board. Okay, so that is whatever we have here on board. Yeah, let's talk about its working mode. Yes, I've told you that we have 2 options here. One is repeatable trigger and other is non-repeatable trigger. Now you can see this is a jumper, this yellow case. So it can be easily removed out and can be put up in these 2 pins also, like this. So in that case, these 2 pins will be covered and third pin start visible. Okay, so let me again come back here. Yes. So this particular condition, when we connected pin number 2 and 3, is called repeatable trigger. So this repeatable trigger means whenever we sense or the sensor gets any trigger will be with the radiation. So if there is any infrared radiation which is falling on the sensor, it will keep the output high all the time until the detected object is present or there is motion. So जब तक motion होती रहेगी, at that time it keep on triggering on repeatable basis. It means output will be sustained high unless there is movement, okay, as well as infrared radiations are there in its vicinity. So that is the requirement. I'll tell you very interesting situation. Let me finish with this option. Yes, the second one is non-repeatable. Now, in non-repeatable trigger, whenever the infrared radiations have been detected, the sensor output will be remain high only for a particular time duration. Okay, there is a delay time, maybe 6 seconds or 10 seconds के लिए वो output high रहेगी. So I can say there is a wave shape from higher radiations. As soon as these wave radiations have been detected, output will be remain high and it automatically come down. Okay, so that will happen in non-repeatable trigger. And we can fix this duration from 0.3 seconds to 5 minutes using this potentiometer. This potentiometer की setting को change करके using a screwdriver we can increase or decrease it. तो जैसे एक बार human detect हुआ, output कितनी देर के लिए high रहे, that we can control it. Okay, so this particular setting is very very useful whenever we want to connect it without any microcontroller or without any programming module. So whenever we are using it in a standalone module, these particular settings are very, very helpful. Okay. Now in connectivity, let me explain these two particular potentiometers in a little bit more detail. Yes, they are the two settings. So starting with the first one. First one is for increasing the sensitivity. So there are two settings of sensitivity, that is, we can configure it from 3 meter sensitivity to 7 meter sensitivity range. So it means if we want to make it more sensitive, we can make it towards the counterclockwise side. So it will go towards the least position, that is fully left side, and that will be approximately 7 meters. So it can even sense any human presence, IR radiations coming from a body up to a distance of 7 meters. Okay. So if we do on the other side, rotate it on the right side, and then its sensitivity, range sensitivity will decrease to a 3 meter distance. Now coming to the interesting factor, that is delay time. Okay. So again, the another potentiometer. What is a potentiometer? I hope you know. Potentiometer is simply a variable resistance which has 3 connection points. Okay. So from this to this, these two connectors, if the total value is 1 kilo ohm, that is fixed always. But if we connect somewhere, one connection at this point and another connection at this point, so as we move left or right, its resistance will vary, because in that case, only this resistance will comes into the, just 1 minute, only this resistance will comes into the series. Let me show with a different pen. Yes, so whenever we connect these two, pin number 1 and 3, the current will take this path like this. So only this portion of resistance will comes into act. So that is how these potentiometer works. So technically they are simply variable resistances whose resistance can be varied with the movement of this wiper, जो यहाँ पर आपको स्क्रू ड्राइवर के साथ हम लोग इसको रोटेट कर सकते हैं like this. Okay, so it is a rotary type of variable resistance. So I hope you come to know how this module works, what is the settings, and let's discuss about how we can program it. Yes, before program, I would like to share this small circuit that you can run with simply 4 batteries. So you need not to have any kind of programming circuit. You can directly connect. There are only 3 pins. So one pin can be connected to ground. Other pin can be connected to VCC, that is in this case. Okay, how much voltage is this in this case? Anybody? अभी ये 4 सेल्स लगाने से कितनी वोल्टेज जनरेट हो रही है? देखे सेकंड ईयर वालों को कितना पता है? Anybody out of you? You can unmute and say. Come on, how many initiators are there? अभी आप लोगों को ग्रुप डिस्कशन के लिए रेडी करना है. तो अगर आप जीडी में भी वेट करते रहे कि पहले कोई बोले उसके बाद मैं डिस्कशन शुरू करूंगा, फिर तो होली आपकी एचआर इंटरव्यू क्लियर. You must have capability and confidence when you know you need to start. Okay, 5 seconds more.
6 volts.
6 volts, very good. I guess few more should come forward. लेकिन मुझे इससे ये पता चल गया कि कम से कम 30% बच्चों को ये भी नहीं पता कि एक सेल के अंदर कितनी वोल्टेज होती है. One battery cell is of 1.5 volt. So we connect it in this sequence, that is connected its positive with the negative. Okay, so we can say this is a total 1.5 into 4. It is 6 volt. लेकिन जब हमने इसकी डाटा शीट डिस्कस की थी, it was written that it works well on 3 volt और 3.3 volt. तो फिर ये 6 volt पे कैसे काम कर रहा है? मैंने एक और भी चीज आपको बताई थी. Anybody else other than Lalit?
Internal voltage regulator है इसके पास.
Okay, Yash. Yes, yes.
Yes sir.
हाँ जी बताओ बेटे. You were saying something.
रेगुलेटर लगा हुआ है उसमें.
Okay, voltage. हाँ तो वो कितनी रेगुलेट कर रहा है वोल्टेज लेवल?
3 to 15 वोल्ट तक उसकी रेंज है.
हाँ, तो उसको कन्वर्ट कितने में करेगा?
3 volts में।
3 वोल्ट पे, वेरी गुड। सो वी कैन प्रोवाइड एनी वोल्टेज ऑन द आउटसाइड, इवन 12 वोल्ट की अगर आपको बैटरी मिलती है, जो वेरी कॉमन बच्चे यूज करते हैं अपने प्रोजेक्ट्स में. सो इवन यू कैन पुट अप a 12 volt battery directly connected to it. It will even handle that. The reason is it has built-in voltage regulator, which will control that output source to a controlled source of 3.3, or let's say in a more appropriate way, this is 3 volt. Okay, so let's see how it works. So simply whenever there is a motion near around it, so it will generate positive then negative pulse. As soon as that will happen, there is a built-in processor on the backside, signal conditioning circuit लगा हुआ है, वो यहाँ पर आउटपुट पे एक पॉजिटिव पल्स भेजेगा, जो इस रेजिस्टर के थ्रू हमने एलईडी को प्रोवाइड किया हुआ है. तो पर्पस ऑफ कनेक्टिंग दिस रेजिस्टर इज, क्योंकि मैंने आपको बताया था कि इसकी जो आउटपुट आएगी दैट इज टीटीएल लॉजिक 1. अब टीटीएल लॉजिक 1 अगर हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं, हाउ मच वोल्टेज इट इज? शाबाश, अदर देन ललित एंड यश, एनीबॉडी एल्स? If it is TTL logic 1, how much voltage it is? Come on, there must be 2-3 more students. Manik Garg, Dhairya Mahajan, Dev, Deepak, any idea? So this is 5 volt. TTL logic 0 means 0 volt. Other than TTL logic, ये बेटे बात आप नोट कर लो. If you people are interested in firmware kind of placement options or job opportunities, अगर आप प्रोफाइल प्योरली सॉफ्टवेयर ना होके you want to work in driver development, जिसको हम firmware बोलते हैं, then you need to understand few electronic terminology like TTL logic and CMOS logic. CMOS logic works at lower voltage level, that is 0 to 3.3 volts, and TTL logic works with 0 to 5 volt. Okay, so this will generate a TTL logic high, that is there will be a 5 volt signal. So we need to control that current which is coming out through, which may pass through this LED. So that is why this resistance is connected. You can also use a buzzer. Simply आप buzzer भी लगा सकते हो यहाँ पर. So what will buzzer do? It will generate a sound whenever there is a movement. So most of the students have made a project after this particular class, और खुद अपने आप अगर कुछ hobbyist हैं आपकी क्लास में, they can make a simply project and put up on your outside gallery में इसको रख सकते हो using this kind of battery cell और एक buzzer लगा करके. So whenever there is a movement outside the gallery, the buzzer will use. I have tried this particular circuit for birds who are usually sitting in my balcony. So whenever birds are there, but there is some issue that how you put up, because there is a detection angle, so it is not so much effective for the birds, but it is very much useful for the human body because its area is very large, so you can easily detect it in those kind of conditions, especially in staircase, galleries and corridors. It is very effective. You must have seen those students who may have been to Hostel J. I think in the Northwest block, third year students last year, they have been put up this kind of project. So lights will work only whenever there is human presence. Okay, so they have connected 60% of tube lights connected with PIR motion sensor only. 40% were on the standby, that is no sensor was used, so that in case of failure, at least 40% will keep on working. But 60% light source को हम save कर रहे थे कि if there is no motion, there is no light. So whenever there is a motion, we can keep that delay to maximum of 6 minutes. And I hope and most of the activities, they will be completed within this particular time. If you want to use for hand wash outside area, so we can use some kind of electricity or power. So let's come to the programming part. I want to finish it quickly because we have one Blink app to be shared today. So this is the circuitry for Arduino. Very simple connections. Only we need to check now. जो सेकंड पिन है जिस पर आउटपुट आ रही थी, उसको अब हमने डायरेक्टली पिन नंबर 2 जो डिजिटल पिन है हमारी, वहां पर connect किया. So now it will be work as input. Okay, and we want to control some appliance here. Suppose हम लोग किसी फैन को या किसी बजर को कनेक्ट करना चाहते हैं जो 230 वोल्ट पर ऑपरेट हो रहा है, which cannot be controlled directly with the Arduino 5 वोल्ट. तो उस केस में क्या करते हैं हम लोग? We usually use a solid state relay. तो solid state relay को हम कंट्रोल तो कर रहे हैं 5 वोल्ट से इस तरफ से, but on the other side we can control any electrical appliance which is working on 230 volt. So it could be a refrigerator, it could be a fan, it could be air conditioner, any appliance which work on 230 volt can be controlled using this solid state relay. तो ये मॉड्यूल जो लगा हुआ अभी इसमें 2 रिलेज हैं, but we are using only one at this time. Yes, any doubt? Okay, thank you. So let's come to the programming part. So we are using only 2 pins with Arduino. One is for sensing the input from the sensor module कि जैसी module high होगा, so we are using 2 pins. Pin number 2 को हमने नाम रख लिया PIR sensor, 3 को हमने रख लिया relay. So module we have put up this pin as input, 3 as output. So we keep on sensing now. Let's see, digital read. So we are reading pin number 2 continuously in a endless loop. So whenever this logic is 1, okay, that is the sensor has detected any motion, then logic will be high. So whenever this logic is 1, what we are doing, we are writing down low on pin number 3, that is the relay. And you please remember that relay usually works on a inverted loop. यानी अगर आप रिले को ऑन करना चाहते हो तो आपको उसको लो सिग्नल देना पड़ता है. इस चीज को याद रखना. It will help you in some programs if in any MCQ or quiz you will be asked which is the suitable program to switch on the relay. So please be careful. You need to send a low signal over there. So next one is LDR module. I think we've already discussed in the class when we were discussing LDR. Yes, any query? Well, some of you have is unmuted. Okay. So LDR module, simple LDR हमने पहले discuss किया हुआ है. It's simply in this case, whenever the light falls on the LDR surface, its resistance will decrease. Okay, so this is LDR. इसका face अगर आप देखो, there is a zigzag coating of a material which is resistive in nature. So this material's resistance decreases whenever there is fall of light on it. Okay, so if we use LDR as it is, it's a simpler resistance, but in this case it is a complete module. So what is the advantage of module? It has built-in signal conditioning circuit. And we have already studied what are signal conditioning circuits. Usually they are made of op-amps, like in this case, 8-pin op-amp is there. So this op-amp is actually amplifying the signal, whichever is available from this LDR. So LDR resistance is maybe very less sensitive. So we can use a feedback resistance and another potentiometer, and then we can amplify directly to the A0. Another advantage of op-amp is to make this module work in a digital mode as well. तो ये digital mode में कैसे काम करेगा? If we can use op-amp in a comparator configuration. आपको याद होगा हमने आपको क्लास में बताया था कि अगर हम op-amp को बिना फीडबैक के यूज करें तो it works simply as a comparator. यानी अगर नेगेटिव इनपुट हाई होगी तो आउटपुट पर क्या आएगा? आउटपुट वोल्टेज दैट विल बी माइनस VCC. और अगर पॉजिटिव टर्मिनल पर इनपुट ज्यादा होगी नेगेटिव वाले से तो आउटपुट विल बी प्लस VCC. तो इट इज सिंपली अ कंपैरेटर. तो दैट इज हाउ विद दिस सिग्नल कंडीशनिंग सर्किट now we can generate 2 kind of signals from the same sensor, either analog or digital. अब ये आपके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है कि आप इसको एज अ स्विच की तरह काम करना चाहते हो, जैसे सोलर सेल्स में लगा होता है कि अगर तो रोशनी इस लेवल से कम हो जाए ठीक है, तो सोलर लाइट अपने आप ऑन हो जाए। अगर इस लेवल से ज्यादा हो तो अभी ऑन नहीं करना। इवन सम ऑफ द कॉरिडोर लाइट्स, ठीक है, इवन स्ट्रीट लाइट्स को भी एलडीआर के साथ कंट्रोल किया जा रहा है कि जैसे ही अंधेरा होना शुरू होता है उसकी सेटिंग आप कर देते हो इस पर्टिकुलर पोटेंशियोमीटर से, and as soon as that happens comparator circuit sends a digital signal high and you can simply switch on the lights. So the advantage of module is to condition that signal in two forms, that is either we can use it in an analog form or we can use it into a digital format. एनालॉग फॉर्म का क्या यूज है? एनालॉग फॉर्म का यूज ये है कि यू कैन डायरेक्टली मेजर how much light intensity is there outside. Okay, so in most of the cases when we need to measure the outside intensity on a different, let's say your mobile screen, okay, if you keep your mobile screen on auto brightness mode, it's the same circuit. We are using LDR in that case, and that analog signal is being measured internally with the help of LDR. Since we have a very powerful microcontroller, ARM07 maybe, STM32 or Qualcomm or any other Snapdragon series microprocessor within this, that automatically measures the value, and according to that ambient light value, it controls the brightness of your screen. Okay, so whenever you are outside, ambient light is very high brightness, so your screen also goes on a higher brightness mode. In the dark area, your screen brightness is down so that it can save battery as well as there is no strain on your eyes. Okay, so at that case again, we are using LDR. So very simple program. Since we have connected LDR to A2, so we simply need to read analog read. I hope you know this command to read from any sensor pin. So you can also write down A2 here directly because input is connected at A2 analog pin. So whatever value will be, that value will be stored in a variable value, and using this serial.print. Okay, now my question is, what is the purpose of print ln? अब ये तो कंप्यूटर का क्वेश्चन है अभी. लेट मी सी हाउ मेनी आउट ऑफ यू कैन आंसर.
सर प्रिंट करने के बाद न्यू लाइन में चला जाएगा.
गुड गुड गुड. सो अगर हम सिंपल लिखें सीरियल डॉट प्रिंट, तो वो एक ही सीक्वेंस में वैल्यूज प्रिंट होनी शुरू हो जाती हैं. तो उससे ये नहीं पता चलता कि ये 6 बार प्रिंट हो रहा है या 66 प्रिंट हो रहा है या 666 प्रिंट हो रहा है. प्रॉब्लम ये है कि जो हमारे पास ऑर्डिनो है, इसकी जो एनालॉग टू डिजिटल रेंज है, दैट इज 0 to 1023, 1024 लेवल्स हैं. 0 से शुरू करते हैं और 1023 तक जाएगा. तो दिस इज अ 10 बिट वैल्यू, 2 raised to power 10. Okay, so this value could be anywhere from 0 to 1023. So that is directly start printing. तो अगर आप print ln लिखोगे तो that will be in the new line, something like this. ऐसी आनी शुरू हो जाएगी रीडिंग. Okay. Okay, next one is photodiode. It is very similar to LDR, but the difference is now again we are using infrared light to connect with the photodiode. So we use this particular diode in combination. Okay, either sensor and photodiode on the same sensor, like module. Okay, so there are two modules. On one side there is LED, that is light source, and this particular module is used to detect that light coming from any light source. Especially they have been made in combination so that the frequency of this LED is known to this particular module, although we have this potentiometer to manipulate this and to tune this with the frequency being emitted by or generated by this LDR. And most of the time you will see these LEDs are not in the visible region spectra. So they are in infrared region we are using. Like remote control of television or remote controls are being used in electrical appliances. They are not light emitting diodes, but definitely they are LEDs, but they are working in IR range. Okay, so it also works on the IR range. Rest is the same function. We have A0 as well as D0 functionality. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit quicker, just assuming that these are very simple things for you people to understand. And I want to just cover very small thing related to IoT webcasting or IoT web socketing. Okay, this is the circuitry. It's again signal conditioning circuit. We are using OPAMP LM393. So it's an 8-pin IC there. It's used especially in comparator mode. एक ये भी मॉड्यूल है जिसमें रिले बिल्ट इन होती है, तो मॉड्यूल के अंदर ही रिले लगा होता है, तो व्हेनेवर देयर इज अ फोटो डायोड से हमें एक डिजायर्ड इंफॉर्मेशन फ्रीक्वेंसी मिलती है, इट ऑटोमेटिकली स्टार्ट कंट्रोलिंग इलेक्ट्रिकल अप्लायंसेस, स्विच ऑन एंड ऑफ. Okay, coming to the last sensor for today's session is MQ2 gas sensor. I'll consider only MQ2 sensor, but you may get a range of various sensor, MQ3, MQ5, MQ15, MQ25, 35. So they have been designed for different chemical sensors. So they work in a different environment. Like MQ2 is specifically used for flammable gases like LPG, butane, propane, methane. यानी जो LPG के अंदर जो ज्यादातर कंपोनेंट्स यूज होते हैं फ्लेमेबल गैसेस के लिए, उसके लिए सेंसिटिव बनाया गया है उसको. ओके, सो दिस इज अ बेयर सेंसर. नाउ यूजुअली जो MQ सीरीज आप देखोगे, दे आर मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम मेटल ऑक्साइड सेमीकंडक्टर पे, जो जिसको हम चिप बोलते हैं, सिलिकॉन चिप, सेमीकंडक्टर चिप, तो दे आर मेटल ऑक्साइड सेमीकंडक्टर, और उसके ऊपर डायरेक्टली Chemi resistors. Chemi means those resistors which works with few chemicals and their resistance changes. So they are sensitive resistors whose resistance changes due to presence of these chemicals. And that is how for specific chemicals we have a different range of or different number of these kind of sensor modules. Okay. So this is its configuration. We have only 4 pins, very easy to understand. Again, one is ground, another is VCC, one is digital out and another is analog out. तो digital out आपने तब यूज करना है जब आप digital high low के लिए उसको यूज कर रहे हो. सिंपली sensitivity adjustment is again with the this potentiometer setting, कि कितनी ब्यूटेन की प्रेजेंस के बाद उसको आप ऑन करना चाहते हो, वो आपको एक बार पहले कैलिब्रेट करना पड़ेगा खुद उतनी ब्यूटेन की रेंज में जाकर के. ठीक है, once it is set, then you can use it for your circuitry to make it on off alarm. And if you want to measure it, that is how much butane is present in a particular environment, then it is better to use analog input with the Arduino. So in that case, you can use analog input and read it, and you can display it. But before display, you need to calibrate कि जो आपको वैल्यू मिल रही है Arduino से 66, 100, 500, how much corresponds to percentage presence of the gas. तो उसके लिए पहले आपको वो कैलिब्रेशन चार्ट इसका खुद बनाना पड़ेगा एक पर्टिकुलर गैस के लिए, या इसकी डाटा शीट को रेफर करना पड़ेगा आपको. Okay, if talk about its internal structure, you can see that there are different connection legs, A, B, H, H. Let me tell you, out of 6 leads ये लिखा हुआ है. So out of 6 lead, जहाँ पर H लिखा हुआ है, 2 leads are responsible for the heating element. यही वो heating element है जो सबसे ज़्यादा sensitive है इनमें से. So it start heating, and usually it is made of nickel chromium coil, which is very, very conductive, but its resistance will change due to presence of those gases for which it is made sensitive. So that is why it has a different number for individual type of or group of gases. That is the structure. Its outside body is of ceramic, but around the ceramic it is wounded like a coil. थोड़ा ceramic coating इसलिए की जाती है ताकि उसकी strength बनी रहे, although वो net के अंदर covered होता है, but even then वो गिर जाने से भी उसकी strength बनी रहे, इसलिए it was kept in a shell. So whenever there is a smoke, output high, and whenever there is no smoke, the output will be low. So that is how it simply works. These are the signals, and even you can also use it in a buzzer kind of a thing, that output will be directly high. आप इस circuit में से Arduino को remove कर सकते हो, and you can use battery instead. Okay, if its sensitivity will be already calibrated. This is Arduino code. I'll send you PDF of this, whatever I've shared with you. So we have only 5 minutes. Let me cover up. ये कुछ links हैं. Please look at this YouTube video. It's very wonderful video on PIR sensor. That particular professor has explained many applications related to this. So let me quick. In the meantime, you can ask any question related to this before I start another short PPT that will take only 2 or 3 minutes. Yes, any query before I start? Okay, thank you. Students are sending messages and very good. They are मैंने अभी देखा है कि काफी बच्चों ने चैट पर आंसर दिए हुए हैं, वोल्टेज के भी और प्रिंट न्यू लाइन. Very good. Okay, so let's start with the last topic of our IoT, that using mobile phone and Arduino, either it is Mini, Uno, or ATmega or Megaboard, we can design a mini IoT system using these sensor modules, what we have studied, and this app. Now let's see how this app works. So actually this app, which you can download directly from App Store and Play Store, will make the mobile phone compatible. Reason being कि इसके अंदर virtual ports बनाते हैं वो लोग. Virtual ports means जो Arduino के ऊपर pins available हैं, like pin number 2 to pin number 11 or 13, they are digital pins. So accordingly, इस app के अंदर हमारे पास virtual ports होते हैं, virtual pins हैं, pin number 2, 3, 4. तो हम अपनी मोबाइल की स्क्रीन पर उन pins को कॉन्फ़िगर कर देते हैं. उसके बाद आती हैं ब्लिंक लाइब्रेरीज. ब्लिंक लाइब्रेरीज को हम लोग अपने Arduino में इंस्टॉल करते हैं. उससे क्या होता है कि जो प्रोग्राम हमने अपने मोबाइल फोन में लिखा, मैंने सपोज लिखा कि 2 पिन जो है वो एक LED से कनेक्टेड है और पिन नंबर 4 जो है वो एक लेट्स से LDR मॉड्यूल जो है उससे कनेक्टेड है. सो LDR पिन नंबर 4 विल बिकम इनपुट एंड पिन नंबर 2 इज बिकम आउटपुट. नाउ दिस कॉन्फ़िगरेशन जो मैंने मोबाइल पर सेटिंग की अपने, दैट गोज टू द ब्लिंक सर्वर जिसके साथ मेरी ऐप कनेक्टेड है थ्रू वाईफाई. ये ब्लिंक सर्वर जो है, इस जो कोड मैंने GUI बनाया था उसका अपने आप Arduino कोड बनाएगा. और वो Arduino को कैसे पता चलेगा कि ये क्या कोड है? बिकॉज आई हैव ऑलरेडी इंस्टॉल्ड ब्लिंक लाइब्रेरी इन माय कंप्यूटर जिसमें Arduino IDE भी है. तो Arduino की लाइब्रेरी में जाके मैंने ब्लिंक लाइब्रेरीज ऐड कर दी है. तो सारी जो सर्वर से इंफॉर्मेशन आ रही है, दैट इज बीइंग decrypted in the language which can be understood by the Arduino. So what will happen कि आप घर बैठे लैब में जो मेरे पास Arduino है उसको कंट्रोल कर पाओगे. We will try to do this thing in our lab. If you people are able to download this app, you can do something on this. और आप हमें कोड भेजोगे अपना थ्रू पासकोड. एक पासकोड जनरेट होता है आपकी मोबाइल फोन पर आएगा, दैट इज 16-bit कोड. If you share that code with us, your mobile phone code will be accessible to us through Blink server, and we will connect that code to our Arduino which is lying in the lab. और आपका कोड हमारी लैब के अंदर जो Arduino है उसके साथ कनेक्ट हो जाएगा और घर बैठे आप उसको कंट्रोल कर सकते हो. लैब के अंदर जो मोटर लगी हुई है, जो सेंसर लगे हुए हैं, उसकी रीडिंग आपके फोन पर आएंगे. और अगर आप LED को ऑन ऑफ करना चाहोगे, जो लैब में पड़ा हुआ है उसको कंट्रोल कर सकते हो. So that is how this mini IoT system works. So I will suggest you that you can download this app. So there are very simple steps if you want to work on. There are 3 things I've told you. One is Blink app, which will be on your mobile phones. Blink server, which is on the cloud, जिसके लिए आप रजिस्ट्रेशन करोगे तो वो क्लाउड आपको कुछ सर्विसेज देती हैं which are limited one. It work on the freemium model. You must have heard about freemium, like free plus premium. तो कुछ सर्विसेज फ्री हैं, कुछ इनकी जो सर्विसेज हैं दे आर प्रीमियम. Okay, so they will be only available when you pay for something, but we restrict only to small applications which are free only. Third one is the Blink libraries that we need to install at our laptop जहाँ पर Arduino आपने connect किया होगा. So these are the features I have already explained. This is the link you can अगर आप search करोगे, that is how it will look like. So you need to install it. तो जैसे ही आप इंस्टॉल करके रजिस्टर करोगे, you need to connect the hardware. So it will work with Node MCU, Raspberry Pi, NanoPi, ESP286, and similarly you can find out Arduino from this list. Then these are some of the connectors जो आपके पास available हैं, and this is the limit you can go for. ये 2000 जो लिखा हुआ है, that is the free version. Okay, so you can add any number of buttons, sliders, और सबका अलग अलग उन्होंने कुछ points बना रखे हैं. Whenever they are more than 2000, they will ask you to pay something, or you cannot go beyond that. Okay, so once you reach here, you can simply install the libraries into your Arduino libraries, and you can directly control your hardware through your mobile phone. Okay, so that is how D0 look like. कि आपने इसको किसके साथ connect किया है? Either you want to connect a push button, slider, vertical switch, whatever it is. और inversely, अगर आप किसी reading को पढ़ना चाहते हो mobile phone पे, suppose you have connected an LDR with the Arduino, तो उसकी जो reading है through Arduino Wi-Fi to cloud से आपके पास आपके मोबाइल फोन पर रीडिंग आएगी, and you can display like this dashboard ये बना रखा है. So here it's a temperature, pressure, humidity, altitude, anything can be measured on your mobile phone. So it's really very, very interesting. You people can go for this. That's all. So the last thing is WebSocketing. We will help you in the lab if you be able to install the libraries, because it will be connected through your COM board. And that's all for today. Just wait for 1 minute so that I can take your attendance.